the last few weeks. And Jordan, Michael hits again.
To the lane, and then he stares him down and just shoots right over him.
Leonard right on Bryant, and he nails it through.
Well, this is good individual defense by Kawhi Leonard. Forcing him baseline, contest high. That's just a great shot. In semi-transition, but
Paul Pierce all series long, having guard LeBron James. James with the jump shot is good. Rondo already calling out orders. He's become one of the more vocal guys. You hear him yelling throughout, trying to lob it in there. Ill-advised pass, broken up by Miami.
What's good, YouTube? It's E-Money back with another one, and as you can see, we're talking about the jab step fadeaway, and I'm going to show you why it's useful to add to your game. So one of the reasons it's very useful is because the jab step fades have quicker releases than your regular jumpers. As you can see in this example here that I'm showing you guys, the original shot when I do the jab step, you have to literally wait until his feet are all the way back at his set point before you can actually start the jumper. This is going to make it a lot more difficult to get the shots off against tougher defenders, and it's going to give them way more time to close out, and it's just overall not as convenient in comparison to when I do the jab step and then the fadeaway right after that. As you can see here, once I slow it down, the jumper actually is starting way before the set point. So when you have a player that has a lot of badges like Deadeye or Blinders, or they maybe even have guard up, it's going to be a lot easier to get those shots off with the contest and those badges to activate, since you get in the shot a lot quicker with the jab step fade. Also, you can use off-balance jumpers. If any of you guys really watch Kobe, he shoots a lot of different type of shots off balance from the hip. So you can also utilize this when you're using step overs and things of that nature, because if you get an angle and you got space, you can shoot those shots at different angles and get used to it and make it a lot more difficult to be guarded. But one of the things you're going to want to have to do is look for mismatches, right? You're not going to want to, shoot jumpers over the Kawhi Leonards or the Paul Georges. You want to try to get a height advantage and also get a badge advantage. So you see here with LeBron, I'm shooting it over Jeremy Lin, making it a lot more easier for me to get that shot off and getting that jab step fadeaway and using it to my advantage. But let's take a closer look and see what I did here. So as you can see, we did the step over. Step over, you want to flick the right stick diagonally upward, left, or right, depending on the ball hand. And then we utilize the jab step right after that. This is where you flick the right stick left or right based on the ball hand. And we went right immediately into the fade, where you hold down R2 and the left stick and right stick downward to shoot that fadeaway. So this is going to be huge when you're using it, with players like LeBron or Kobe or Michael, as you've seen originally, because if you get a height advantage or you get a badge advantage with a mismatch on a defender, as you can see in these examples, you're going to be able to get those shots off a lot easier. And it's also just for the simulation. If you guys are really big sim heads and you want to just implement a lot of different sim tactics, that you see in real life, because this is something that those three players in particular do all the time, then this is something that you can implement into your game and just make the game look overall more appealing. But now, one of the other things that you can also do is use post disengages, and this will help you get shots off and space against the computer and the user. Now, this is really big for computer, because if you do jab steps over computer, one of the bad things is they close out a little bit too much. I think it's a little bit of a fault in the game, but something that I'm sure will be improved later on. But it's a little bit tougher to get those jabs that fades off on the computer. So that's why I said look for mismatches. But if you use post disengage, where basically you're holding L2 to kind of protect the ball, you release L2, and it will allow you to get space from that computer, and you can get those shots off, as you see here I did with Jordan against against the Hawks. And I'll show you guys here also in these examples where online I've done this, so in case you want to know if it works against users, I did it with Jordan against users here as well. I used the post disengage, I got space, got that fadeaway off right over the user. So like I said, it's just another different thing to add into your game to be a little bit more realistic, because all these guys aren't just running and dunking. Sometimes it's just picking your spots, getting that little bit of space, and utilizing it to get those fadeaways off. So just implement that into your game. So now the next one that we're going to look over is using the triple threat fakes to get space against either the CPU or the user there as well. And then as you see here, we're using these triple threat fakes just to kind of get that space on over the CPU and try to get that angle to get that jump shot, you know, that fadeaway off there. It's on Hall of Fame, obviously, but I wanted to show you guys against some tougher defenders just so that you know it can be done there. Because obviously, if it works on the computer, it's going to obviously work on a user there as well. So you see we face up, we're using the triple threat fakes just to get them to back up, get a little bit of an angle, shoot those off-balance jumpers. And if you want to know how to do the triple threat fakes, you hold the L2 button, you flick the left stick, you know, just to get to whatever stance that you want, and then you flick the right stick in any direction to kind of use the fake that you want. But we get that little bit of space over to Lebron, and we're able to shoot that fadeaway. And like I said, off-balance jumpers can be used with people like Kobe or Jordan or anybody that does use it in real life, and it's a lot more cooler just to look at and helps you get those shots off. You know, so this is pretty much, you know, how to use these fakes, how to use the jab step fadeaway. I want you guys to implement it into your game. There are a few more examples I'm showing here just to, you know, get it off there over either computer or users there at different angles, different fakes, and just implement it. And hope you guys really did enjoy this video. You know, it was just something different I wanted to bring to you. I got inspired by somebody over Twitter that asked about how to shoot these type of shots. You know, so add this to your game. Let me know what you guys think. You know, check out my channel, my YouTube channel. I got more sim content coming on the way. It's going to be a lot more consistent for you guys there as well. I appreciate you guys holding me down. And it's E-Money again, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.